Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
The suspected Oxford High School shooter is back before a judge to learn if he'll stay in an adult jail right after he turns 16. This is not the first time that this issue has come up in court, but the decision has been the same each time. Ethan Crumbley will stay in the Oakland County Jail. Sean Lay joins us now with today's decision.
Well, good afternoon. Here's the latest. Every 30 days, the accused Oxford High School shooter must make a court appearance so the court can decide if the juvenile will continue to be held in the Oakland County Jail. Let's take you to court this morning. The judge, prosecutors, and defense and support for the accused met again today via Zoom. At issue, the Juvenile Justice Act mandates that if a juvenile is held as an adult in adult jail, should that person be moved to juvenile detention. In this case, Oakland County's Children's Village. No arguments were made for or against this today, and the judge ruled that the accused will stay in the Oakland County Jail. No other issues were discussed this morning. In the past, this hearing was used to also work out the accused education plan while he's being held. He was just 15 when prosecutors say he opened fire inside Oxford High School last November, fatally shooting 4 classmates and wounding 7 others. Prosecutors say the gun used was provided by his parents. Crumbley goes back to court now for the same review in June. This time it will be in person in court, and that's again going to happen in June. Sean Lay, Local 4.
All right, Sean, thank you for the update. And in a Local 4 update, we have a Roseville police officer that will not be facing charges for a deadly shooting in the middle of Groesbeck. Witnesses say that Frank Robles crashed into a car head-on last month on Groesbeck near 12 Mile. When officers arrived, they say that Robles got out of the car with a knife and refused to put that knife down. The officer fired 9 times. The Macomb County Sheriff's Office says there was no evidence to support criminal charges for the officer, and the investigation is closed. The baby formula crisis is growing more dire, and both the White House and Congress are trying to get more supplies on store shelves so that the families that need them can have access. President Biden is invoking the Defense Production Act, and a House subcommittee held a hearing on the shortage this morning. The head of the FDA talked about the agency's efforts to ease the shortage.
This week, we've set up a mechanism that streamlines the ability for companies that do not normally sell infant formula in this country to do so, and provides other flexibilities to domestic distributors who can help increase availability. I want to be clear, under this process, an infant formula would only be imported after the agency reviews the product and determines the product is safe and provides adequate nutrition. Safety is paramount.
But the shortage is so severe that it's now leading to new hospitalizations, as children are now showing up in the hospital. Chris Pallone joins us now from Washington with what's being done.
That meets U.S. health and safety
Responding
standards.
to the growing baby formula crisis, the White House now taking action.
And I've directed my team to do everything possible to ensure there's enough safe baby formula and that it's quickly reaching families that need it the most.
President Biden invoking the Defense Production Act to force companies to prioritize formula production and sending Defense Department planes overseas to bring back baby formula from abroad.
The bill is passed.
Congress also taking action. The House passing 2 bills late Wednesday to cut red tape for parents buying formula with government assistance and to provide more funding to the FDA, the agency which oversees safety at the plants which make formula.
We hope no one will block it. It's such an immediate need.
The shortage so severe now, it's leading to hospitalizations. 2 Tennessee children with special dietary needs had to be admitted after their parents couldn't find the right formula.
This is a crisis for us in healthcare.
Lawmakers from both parties questioning the government's actions regarding a Michigan baby formula plant which makes a large percentage of the nation's supply.
I have questions about why we allowed the FDA to leave this plant shut down for such a long period and why we're not better monitoring the potential shortages that occur when we have things like a plant go offline.
That plant now set to reopen within a few weeks, but not soon enough for many anxious parents.
The Senate will take up both bills related to the formula crisis later today, but don't expect quick passage of the FDA funding bill. Many Republicans are skeptical it will do anything to help with the current crisis. In Washington, Chris Pallone, now back to you.
Okay, Chris, thank you. Right now, a CDC advisory panel is meeting on whether to okay Pfizer COVID boosters for children ages 5 to 11. The FDA has already given the green light for the third dose, but the CDC advisory panel and CDC director need to sign off before they can give it out. Pfizer says that its shots raise Omicron-fighting antibodies by 36 times in that age group. We'll bring you the decision as soon as we learn it. It comes as cases are rising of COVID-19 across the country. Here in Michigan, over the past week, we averaged nearly 4,200 cases per day. Turning our attention now to the weather, and of course we had gloomy, cold weather yesterday with lots of rain, and today a whole new day as we look at the sky cam from Mount Clemens. It looks beautiful out, Brandon.
It does. I mean, we deserve it after yesterday. We never got above 58 degrees and about 0.4 of an inch of rain over like 7-8 hours. Not the greatest. And look at these numbers right now. Middle upper 60s to low 70s. Officially 70 at Metro, 71 City Airport, and we have 10 to almost 20 degree warmer temperatures than it was at noon yesterday. Except for Adrian. What's the deal? Well, take a look. We have a little shower action here in parts of Monroe County, just south of Monroe. But as we widen out the view here, and we'll show you kind of the last couple of hours, you'll see why the temperatures are a little cooler down in Lenawee County. Had some rain cruising through the area over the last 90 minutes and a little residual cloud cover there. But that's pretty much it. Could get into a late afternoon or evening stray shower, but sun and clouds and 77 today. Heating up tomorrow, Rhonda, coming up.
All right, Brandon, thank you. Governor Whitmer is proposing a $500 tax rebate for working families. In a letter to legislative leaders, she says that the state has a surplus tax revenue and says that people need relief from the high inflation. Specifics on this rebate are not known, including who would be eligible. The proposal builds on her calls to gradually repeal taxes on retirement income. Republicans in the House and Senate are working on their own income and property tax cut plan. And we are continuing to monitor the stock market this noon after the Dow saw its worst sell-off in nearly 2 years yesterday. Stocks are down again today. Here's a live look at where things stand right now. Today's drop has put the S&P 500 at the brink of a bear market. So we're going to keep an eye on things and bring you more when the market closes later today. For the first time, gas is in all 50 states has hit an average of at least $4 per gallon. Georgia, Kansas, and Oklahoma joined the rest of the United States this week, jumping up above $4 a gallon. That's still well below the average price, though, in California, which has climbed above $6 a gallon for the first time, the average. And here in Michigan, we're not far behind. AAA says that we are paying an average of $4.57 per gallon. Experts say crude oil prices are rising and gas stations are switching to summer blends, which can add even more, as much as 10 cents more per gallon. The Troy Police Department is paying tribute to officers who lost their lives in the line of duty. They gathered this morning outside of police headquarters for the Memorial Day ceremony. The department is remembering 5 of its officers who lost their lives in the line of duty. City council members participated in the laying of the wreath for each officer.
May we remember their names and the lives they lived. May we also remember and honor their families, along with all families connected to this department, knowing that they face the possibility that their loved ones might not come home alive. Nevertheless, despite the challenges, we give thanks that all remain committed to this calling.
We certainly thank them all for their service and sacrifice. A private awards ceremony will also be held this week to honor outstanding achievements by members of the Troy Police Department. A recall alert from Ford this noon. Why the Detroit automaker says that you need to park some of its most popular SUVs outside. We'll explain. Also ahead, the man accused of killing 10 black people at a grocery store in a targeted attack goes before a judge. What was decided in the courtroom as lawmakers try to prevent these types of attacks in the future.